You're watching UnrealEntGaming. This is Gohan from Dragon Ball Z. You want to see me turn Super Saiyan? Or should I take it to the next level? I'm also the narrator, too. Next time on Dragon Ball Z, make sure and smash subscribe to UnrealEntGaming.
As the Galactic Patrol Prisoner arc nears its end with the conclusion of Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku vs Planet Moro having to loom over the horizon, many fans within the fandom are putting into question as to what exactly Vegeta's role is going to be in playing a part of Moro's defeat going forward as we near the end of the Galactic Patrol Prisoner arc. However, what if I were to tell you that the Dragon Ball fandom had actually created stories of their own that just so happened to feature Vegeta's final moments in his battle against Planet Moro? As once more before we begin, if you are new to this channel and have a love and passion for all things Dragon Ball and anime related, then be sure to smash that subscribe button on this channel and turn on all notifications to never miss a single upload, along with giving this video a big thumbs up by slapping that like button down below if you guys love Dragon Ball and anime, as well as checking out the official Dragon Ball fan mangas playlist located down in the description box below, to where on that playlist you guys will be able to find all the latest and best Dragon Ball fan mangas created by the community for the community. So be sure to head on down below, check out the official Dragon Ball fan mangas playlist for all the best and latest videos on Dragon Ball fan mangas. As we kick off the Beyond Dragon Ball Super story of Moro vs Vegeta manga chapter special, with Vegeta shown having to observe the battle between Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku and Moro. As soon as Vegeta winds up teleporting in front of everybody, he then went along to address them by telling them, "I want you all to listen to me. I will be taking it from here on. Do not get yourselves involved in this battle any further." And with everyone having to question this, that's when Piccolo went along to comment, "Vegeta, surely you're not thinking about... you could die!" As Krillin asks, "What are you trying to do?" And as soon as Vegeta is then shown placing his fingers on his forehead, he then went along to respond, "I want you to tell Trunks that I had to do this, and that I want him to take care of Bulma and Bola for me. Tell him that I had to do this. There is no other way at this point, and what's done is done. You've all been good to me, and I will remember that and will always be thankful for it, but the situation leaves us with no other choice but to make the toughest calls." And as soon as Vegeta then uses instant transmission to get in front of Moro, with Moro having to look on, that's when Vegeta went along to utter, "Kakarot! You've finally done it, Kakarot. You've finally mastered Ultra Instinct. You always seem to be one step ahead of me every time I reach your power. But don't you worry, I will find a way to surpass you again one day, just like I have before." And with Goku looking on, he then went along to ask, "Hey, wait, what are you up to, Vegeta? Why are you here? What exactly are you up to? There's nothing you can do to stop him at this point. If we touch him, he'll explode. You are no match for him like this. And now that he's become one with the Earth, we don't have much time. Please move away," with Vegeta responding, "And here's where you're wrong. I am going to separate Moro from the Earth despite his power being merged within the planet to stabilize his body. And I'm going to do this by using what I had used on him before he had escaped me. My forced spirit fission technique. After mastering this power, you only ever had one job to do, and that was to finish him off once and for all, but instead, you screwed it all up by giving Moro a senzu bean when he should have been blown to pieces. This was always your greatest weakness, Kakarot, and you messed it all up again, stupid clown." And with Whis and Beerus observing, Whis went along to comment, "Interesting. This plan just might work in their favor," with Beerus responding, "Let's see if Vegeta can pull it off then." And as soon as Vegeta then raises his hand up in the air, he then commented, "You left me with no other choice. This will separate you from this planet for good." And with Moro's body having to be shown lifted off the ground, he then asks, "You again? What are you doing? Stop that! What are you doing to my body? I can't move. "Release me, Saiyan! Release me right now!" And as soon as Vegeta then lifts Moro literally up off the earth and into the air, that's when Moro asks, "What have you done to me? How are you able to rip me from the earth? Too much power. I can't hold it any longer. Curse you, Vegeta!" And as Vegeta is observing this, he then responds, "And now to teleport you away from this galaxy and to finish you off once and for all. You brought this onto yourself, Moro. I want you to remember something before I leave, Kakarot. Know this. I will see you again, and when I do, I will become far beyond anything you are right now. But for now, I have to clean up after your mistakes, as usual. Your greatest weakness is your sympathy for those who cannot be turned away from what they've become. If it weren't for that, then we wouldn't be in this situation, now would we? Fix it. In the meantime, it was an honor to have been by your side throughout all of this. Trunks, Bulma, Bulla, I'm doing this for you. For those he slaughtered on planet Namek, and for those he's killed throughout the universe. For Merus giving his life, and yes, even for you, Kakarot." And with Goku looking on, he then shouts, "Vegeta, no! You won't be able to survive the explosion! We'll find another way!" And as soon as Vegeta then looks back, he then went along to tell Goku, "It's too late. Goodbye, Kakarot." And as soon as Vegeta then uses instant transmission, Goku went along to shout his name out because this wasn't the circumstance that Goku wanted to have Vegeta be put in, and the fact that Vegeta went along to risk his life for the sole purpose of not only removing Moro from the earth, but also getting him far enough to where Moro now can finally be put in his place as courtesy of Darkness Artist over on Instagram. However, we also have an alternate story created by a user named Among Us over on Instagram, to where the story kicks off by having Vegeta and Goku once again be put in a similar situation, with Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku having to be caught by surprise, as of course Moro is now beginning to use his magic while infused within the earth to get the betterment of Goku. And as we get to see how the earth itself then begins to wrap around Goku, Goku went along to ask, "What the? He's using the earth?" And as soon as Moro then winds up using his magic in having to then squeeze Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku to the point where blood is shown having to spew out from his mouth, Goku went along to say to himself, "Damn him, he's using the entire earth as a weapon against me." And what's worse is that he fused Merus's angel power within it. And what's even worse is that he fused Merus's angel power within it. And with everyone having to observe, including Chaco, Chaco went along to ask, "What the heck just happened? Why couldn't he dodge it?" With Beerus responding, "He can't. Now that Moro has become one with the planet, Goku can't predict his moves because Moro can attack from anywhere. It's almost as if Moro is everywhere and nowhere at the same time. And given Moro can mask his ki within the earth, it's hard for Goku to tell where Moro would be coming from. And with Goku shown having to literally cough up blood as Moro begins to squeeze him, Moro begins to emerge from the earth and having to laugh at Goku by telling him, "Ha ha ha! You have no hope of defeating me now. You should have killed me when you had the chance." As Whis went along to chime in, and with Moro's new body along with Merus's angel power copied, Goku may not be able to defeat him anymore. And with Goku shown struggling to break free, he then went along to comment, "There's no way I can do anything to win. If I touch him, then he'll destroy everything. Damn him." And as Moro then proceeds to look down on Goku, he then went along to tell him, "I will continue to devour everything in this universe until there is nothing left. And it's all thanks to you, Goku. But before we end this, I think this power of yours would be better off with me, seeing as you won't be around much longer to use it anymore anyway." And with Beerus observing this, he then comments, "He's getting stronger. Moro stealing Goku's power while binding him to the earth. And if Goku touches him, the entire galaxy will be destroyed." And that's exactly what Moro winds up doing, because as he's holding Goku in place, subconsciously without doing anything directly, Moro is beginning to take Goku's Mastered Ultra Instinct power until Goku is then forced in regressing back to his base form. And with Whis looking on, Krillin went along to shout, "Oh no! Come on, Goku! Not like this! Don't let it all end like this! We need you! Please pull through! Don't let Moro destroy us! As only then Jocko begins to notice something going on with Moro's body as Jocko went along to ask, do you guys see that? Moro's body, as of course Moro's body is shown morphing and it seems to be transforming once again as of course it is consuming Goku's power, with Krillin having to respond, what's happening to Moro's body? It looks like he's falling apart. He's mutating, with Whis chiming in, Moro's body is failing due to the overwhelming power of both Merus and Goku flowing through him. He won't be able to maintain this power for long, otherwise he is likely to detonate himself and die as an end result. He's taking in more than he can handle, with Beerus responding, and since his body is now the Earth itself, then this planet is now condemned to death in a matter of moments. Goku should have killed him. This is all on his head, and with Krillin remaining quiet, Beerus then continues, if he had only finished this when it called for it to be finished, you mortals wouldn't be going through this situation right now. And with Moro having to once again be shown transforming, and as his body continues to mutate, Moro went along to thank Goku by telling him, thank you, Goku. This is all because of you. And even as Goku is shown having to squirm in utter pain, his final words out of his mouth are, I'm sorry, guys. As over out into the distance, as Vegeta begins to observe, he then went along to comment, how could you be this stupid, Kakarot? How could you allow for this to happen? You've always been this way. And it's always been your greatest weakness, even if you are the strongest. And now look where we are. This feels all too familiar, so I guess I have no other choice then. Typical. And with Gohan asking, what do you mean, Vegeta? Or what exactly do you think we need to do to stop him now? Vegeta then responds, I'm the only one who could stop him. As Piccolo chimes in, wait a second. Vegeta! Don't tell me you're about to do what I think you're going to do! With Vegeta then just about to be shown using instant transmission, he then went along to turn towards everyone and telling them, I'll finish this. Goodbye, guys. And as Goku is then released by Moro, who is shown having to be inflated in such a way to where Moro had lost all control of his body, he went along to shout, I have no limits. I am the be-all, end-all. As Whis chimes in, he's lost control. He is about to explode, but moments later, Vegeta winds up arriving on the battlefield with Moro then having to turn his head. Moro then put this into question by asking, what? It's you, Vegeta. And as Vegeta is shown in Super Saiyan God, he then went along to address Moro by telling him, so you say you have no limits now, do you? Well then, let's just see how far we can push you then until we reach that breaking point. I have made many mistakes within my life. I used to be just like you. It's funny. You ask about hell? I'm about to send you to it right now. Only then will you see if I'll be joining you there or not. And as soon as Whis is then shown smiling, Moro quickly took action as he attempted to blast Vegeta by telling him, then you will be the first to die. And as soon as he winds up shooting right through Vegeta, Vegeta went along to tell him, that won't work. What just happened, Moro said, as Vegeta went along to tell him, I am going to separate you from this planet even if it kills me. And that's when Vegeta went along to fire a blast directly at Moro, with Beerus having to chime in, so, you have decided to risk your life to stop him. One wrong move, and it's over. And as soon as the blast then is shown having to collide against Moro's shoulder, Moro quickly notices this, but nothing ends up happening to his body outside of energy having to leave it, as he went along to comment, what was that just now? That wasn't an energy attack. My energy feels as though it's leaving my body like it did before. Wait, no. Not this trick of yours again. I will not allow you to do what you had done to me before. But even then, as Moro attempts to attack Vegeta once again, Vegeta winds up telling Moro, I'm over here, fool. And with everyone observing, that's when Jocko went along to ask, how is Vegeta doing this? I don't understand. How is he able to predict Moro's movements? Moro can't touch him, with Beerus responding, he is not foreseeing Moro's attacks. Vegeta is quickly cloning himself to hit Moro with the forced spirit fission technique to separate him from the planets, and in addition, Vegeta is using Super Saiyan God to control his stamina and his attacks without the risk of Moro exploding. Moro cannot be attacked directly, otherwise they risk destroying everything, so Vegeta is using this to buy time before he explodes. Goku's power would be enough to finish Moro if he were not already fused with the Earth, so Vegeta is trying to remove him in order to find the opening they need to finish him. And that's exactly what Vegeta is doing, because each and every single time Vegeta seems to make contact with Moro, he's taking more of his energy from him, with Moro asking, "What are you doing to my body?" But Vegeta is not letting up, because he continuously goes on to attack Moro from all angles and telling him, "I will ensure that there is nothing left of you once I am done ripping you apart." And with Krillin happy, he then responded, "Moro's power is decreasing. I think Vegeta's doing it. Vegeta is going to win." "If he continues, then surely he can," says Beerus, "unless he dies trying to finish it." So there was an eerie message placed by Beerus, as of course everyone continues to look on, with Jocko, Krillin, Whis having to observe. Vegeta is shown pummeling Moro every step of the way until Moro was actually able to land a solid shot on Vegeta, as Vegeta went along to comment, "Oh no, he's figured it out. He knows now," as every single time Moro now attempts to attack Vegeta, he manages to sideswipe his clone, with Beerus having to chime in, "Moro's exposed Vegeta's opening. Vegeta will die," as of course Moro is then shown having to hit Vegeta with enough force that causes him reverting back to Super Saiyan. That's when Krillin went along to chime in by commenting, "Vegeta's been knocked out of Super Saiyan God. He's back down to his normal Super Saiyan form now. Please don't give up, Vegeta," as Jocko chimes in, "This is bad. Moro's trying to reverse Vegeta's attacks. How in the world are we supposed to win now?" And as Moro is then beginning to rise up from the ground, he then went along to tell Vegeta, "I am going to slaughter you and end you, Vegeta. This ends here," as a bloody Vegeta goes on to respond, "He's figured me out. And with Merus' power within him, I can't engage him any further. I only ever have one more attack left to use. Even if I die, I need you to end him, Kakarot," as Whis chimes in by commenting, "Moro has been ripped from the earth without him even knowing. There is only but a piece of him left." And with Moro then raising his hand up in the air, he then went along to shout, "This is where you die, Vegeta." But Vegeta begs to differ, as he goes on to respond, "Then let this be my final stand and my final attack. It ends now," as surprisingly enough, with Moro then having to fire a shot directly at Vegeta, Moro then went along to shout, "Die, Vegeta," but Vegeta here, surprisingly enough, transforms into a Super Saiyan 3 for the first time, and having to shout, "One final move. I will not be made into a fool by you again." And the second we see how Vegeta dashes right through the attack, with everything he has left, what Vegeta does is he delivers one final shot to Moro's skull, as of course Vegeta is then overcome by Moro's attack. Moro went along to question this by asking, "What have you done?" Because it would appear as though Vegeta had now permanently paralyzed Moro, as a bloody Vegeta who is now back in base form went along to shout, "Now, Kakarot!" with Master the Ultra Instinct Goku teleporting right behind Moro in preparing for one final Kamehameha. Krillin went along to shout, "Goku's going to finish it!" as only then the manga chapter specials then come to a close. Now, although we don't really know what the overall circumstance is going to be involving Dragon Ball Super manga chapter number 66, it's very awesome to see how the fandom is creating their own stories, as of course courtesy of Darkness Artist over on Instagram and Among Us over on Instagram, to where you guys can find their links located down below. They're always making stories, they're always creating new art for the fandom. So what I really enjoyed about this is how both stories simultaneously happen to include Vegeta making one final sacrifice to reassure everyone that in fact he is going to be the saving grace that's going to help Goku achieve what he was supposed to do way back when he first mastered Ultra Instinct, and that's finish off Moro for good. But in the comment section below, what I want to know from you guys are two things. Number one, do you guys think that this circumstance is prevalent in the idea that it may actually happen in the manga? And number two, if this were to occur, do you think that Vegeta would go as far as to sacrifice himself and his life to save Goku and save the planet, or would he simply give up all his energy but still remain alive for the sole purpose of having Goku be the one to finish the job. As once again, I want to thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for your time. If of course you guys are new to the channel, then I do encourage you guys to smash that subscribe button and turn on all notifications to never miss a single video on the channel, as well as giving this video a big thumbs up by slapping that like button down below, because we have so much more content lined up down the pipeline to give to you guys that I really can't wait to showcase all of the awesome stuff that we have lined up for you. So again, thank you all so much for your time. Thank you all so much for watching. Tune back in for more, and we'll be seeing you all down in the comment section below. Have a great day, everybody, and take care. Peace. And a quick little reminder before you guys go, if you guys are unaware, I do have a second gaming channel located down in the description box below, so be sure to head on over to Unreal Royale and hit that subscribe button along with turning on all notifications, as to there, you guys will find all different kinds of gaming content that you will not get to find on UnrealEntGaming, titles and video games such as Grand Theft Auto, Call of Duty, Gears of War, Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle, Dragon Ball Z Legends, Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3, Minecraft, Blair Witch, and many other retro games on that channel. So if you guys are into gaming, then make sure you guys subscribe over on Unreal Royale. I want to thank you all so much for your time, and I'll catch you all in the next one.
This is the Galactic Emperor of the Universe, and of course I'm here to tell you to subscribe to UnrealEntGaming.
Also follow UnrealEntGaming on these social media platforms to stay connected at all times. And if you don't, then very soon you will all be dead! Oh, did someone say UnrealEntGaming? Oh my god.
The fuck's up? Put on some clothes!
Well, why don't you put on any clothes?
What? I don't need clothes. Jesus Christ, that's huge! What, Broly?
Breezer.
Uh-oh.
Prepare to die!
UnrealEntGaming, but watching your video, all lots of likes, or Bill will turn you into chocolate!
Vados, get over here! Tell these mortals that I'm the biggest UnrealEntGaming fan. This is my moment. I'm a part of his notification squad. Universe 7 can have all the fun. I just want the food.
And don't forget to leave a comment on this video. Show some love for the best community on YouTube.
Kakarota!